Let's go.
What is up? What is up? What is up? What is up? It is July 28th at 2 p.m. here in not so sunny Florida. It's absolutely like a hurricane outside. The sky's just opened. It's pouring outside. You can probably hear it. Hoping that the internet will remain stable. Hope all of you guys are having a great time. What are we doing here today? Every single Wednesday at this time, I take chart requests from subscribers of my newsletter. They submit them through a Google form in the Wednesday newsletter, and then I take a look at all the charts they asked for. Today, it's about 20, 21, 22, 27. I don't know. Sometimes we used to do 60. That was ridiculous. About 20 charts. I'm going to take a look at all of those for you guys. But Bitcoin, man, struggle fest at 40,000, right? Struggle fest. First, I should mention that this stream is sponsored by nobody. It's sponsored by me, so welcome. But I will mention that Femex, which you can see right down below in the description, they do sponsor my newsletter. I figured I would mention that for the next 2.5 weeks, they're giving a $1,200 bonus for depositing a Bitcoin or more, which is a lot of free money. Again, as I mentioned, you can also sign up for the newsletter down there in the description. That's how you make a request. So let's add some charts here and let's take a look. I'm going to tell you what I've been looking at. I made a video about it. I tweeted about it. I wrote the newsletter about it. I know people think that I am a bulltard, so to speak, which I am. I am very bullish on Bitcoin long term when you zoom out. But as I pointed out, this was a time for extreme caution. How many times we've come into this blue supply zone around 40K and how many times we've been utterly rejected here, right? Since the drop, we have not been able to get above this level. And as I mentioned, RSI 85 on the 4-hour, the most overbought that RSI has been this entire year, right? It's 2021. Let's see. That was the highest right there. Just ticked right above that early January. We were a bit higher in December. So what does that mean? Well, when you get that high, you're going to have inevitable bearish divergence, right? Price is going to push again after a little drop. It's not going to get much higher and you're going to have bearish divergence. Okay, seems bad. Not a big deal. What I said here was, yes, I don't think we can push much higher without another little drop. But what's inevitable in a situation like this as well, after we had this hidden bullish divergence, by the way, right? Came here. I said, we have a hidden bullish divergence at support. Probably make that next push. Well, all we need is for this to drop. It's already here. There's another hidden bullish divergence potentially below this low, but below here, we'll almost inevitably have hidden bullish divergence. Anything that stays above this level here, if this drops lower, we'll end up with more hidden bullish divergence, a reset on RSI, and likely another push up. So I don't think this is devastating or anything. 6-hour already there, right? Hidden bullish divergence, bearish divergence, 12-hour bearish divergence, potential hidden bullish divergence. So I think this is more of a reset than a top, right? More of a reset than a top. But as I said earlier, I wouldn't go FOMOing in at resistance with bearish divergence. People got mad. They got mad. Nobody's as mad as Elizabeth Warren. What is wrong with her? Oh my God. Like I said in my video, show me where Bitcoin touched you, lady. My God, why is Elizabeth Warren so mad? She's supposed to be looking out for the little guy. Bitcoin's for the little guy. Man, that lady, she went from hey, maybe we should take a look at Bitcoin, regulate it a little bit, protect the consumer. She went from there to Bitcoin is a threat to the global financial system. If we let it get too intertwined, it could crash everything. Well, she's right. Idiot. No, she is right. We could crash it all. We could take it all. We can crash it all. But really, it seems like maybe she's found her little hot button issue to talk about, and she's going to politicize it just like everything else. She did compare crypto with drugs. And I don't know about you guys, but 3 o'clock in the morning, wake up, take a look at that ETH chart. And I'm like, good as meth. Good as meth. That's a lie because I don't actually wake up in the morning to check the chart. And I would rather be a shadowy super coder than a big bank. But let's get into your request now that we have looked at the Bitcoins. Alice, Bitcoin. Who's Alice? Who is she? Who is Alice? Who's Alice? Anyone? Okay, well, this slightly closed above, but this was looking like some savage bearish SFP type action. Let's just pull some levels here, get an idea of where we're at in general. Something here. I would have said here, but here. Nice tweezer bottoms here on the daily. That's a beautiful candle, right? You had this down candle, but then tweezer bottoms and a full bullish engulfing candle. So at this point, I mean, if you're trading this is what you want, right? And then you can start talking about the highs. Well, those highs are actually much higher, so that's a stupid line. I didn't realize this wick goes all the way up here. But this looks pretty good. I'm going to guess there's bearish divergence. Let's take a look. Of course, there's bearish divergence. So, yeah, I wouldn't touch this yet. It's at resistance. Now it has tweezer tops, right? So you want to see the daily close, but this looks likely to get rejected with a potential bearish divergence if this goes down. So right now I would give this some time. Let's look at the 4-hour massive bearish divergence from here to here, right? It is kind of flaggy a bit, but I don't see a reason to jump into this right here at this resistance. If you start closing candles, clear up here, maybe then you take that retest and take it down. Otherwise, I would be bidding, if you're interested in this, right here off this candle, probably. Look for, something like, and then and then and then and then. I mean, if you get down here, you definitely go in because that's a retest of the lows. But yeah, this does not look great until you have a candle closing up here. You don't want to be closing at resistance and buying. Buying right into a resistance is generally a bad idea, which is the opposite of a good idea. And we like good ideas. AMP USD on the Coinbase. This kind of looks like some sort of bullish consolidation, right? I would say that it's nice that it held this area, right? All of this through here. You pull it here, it doesn't matter. Held it. Just trying to see if I like these levels before we move on much further. Yeah, they seem fine. This one I don't love, but it did tap it right there. It's a little steep to be drawing like a pennant, because you'll draw it here and then it'll come back in or something. So I would say maybe this. Either way, looks like bullish consolidation, right? Kind of a big symmetrical triangle kind of vibe. I mean, you could draw it here. You really could. But I don't love it. Maybe here to be safe. I mean, all in all, this looks pretty good, right? And when you see all these altcoin USD or USDT pairs looking good, that usually means Bitcoin should go up, right? Because the USD pairs, and I'm not saying this looks great yet, but it's pretty good if it breaks up. If the USD pairs look good, they're only going to go up if Bitcoin goes up, right? So not so excited about Bitcoin pairs right now, but USD pair looking pretty good. By the way, if you guys are commenting over there, I'm not going to see it because my face is buried in charts. So maybe you're looking for something like this. Buy it here, expect resistance here, kind of thing like that. If Bitcoin breaks down, you buy off this candle here. So maybe this area, which looks not at all like a penis. Like something like this, which maybe I like better now to move this kind of here, something like that through that area. Don't know exactly, but yeah, you get the idea. Something in there, any of these supports could hold, but that's what you'd be really looking for a major entry. But I think this should theoretically break up. AXS, unstoppable bull machine. Bull. Michael Saylor, bull. Look at this volume. Look at it. What does AXS do? COVID vaccines? Cancer cures? I don't know. Save the children. Save the manatees. Whatever it's doing it and doing it and doing it well. Doing it and doing it and doing it well. It's representing Queens. It was raised out in Brooklyn. AXS looking pretty good right there, but let's take a look if this is looking toppy in this regard. Some bearish divergence there. Wow, that's from 29. It's amazing sometimes to look at these charts on like log scale, because $29 there up to 53 looks like nothing compared to the rest of this chart. Yeah, I would bid $29. That's not been retested. I'd bid that. Hope for a drop there. This looks like it could be forming a diamond top. I don't know. This looks a little shaky and with bearish divergence, potentially. I mean, I would call that clear bearish divergence, actually. I would be bidding around here, trying to catch one of these. If I was in it already and it was a trade, I'd be out already. Doesn't mean it won't keep going up. I have no idea, but I'm just telling you, it's extremely overbought on RSI with bearish divergence and an untested support down below. That's my view. We come over to the chat, see what's happening over here. I'm here to remind you to talk about stop losses and their reasoning too for the entries that you can see. Well, I'm here to remind you to talk about your stop losses. It's not fair. Okay. Anyways, that was Alanis Morissette. Yeah, I can talk about where you'd put stop losses. I can try to keep my mind on that. I'm just trying to read here what you guys said. Smokey living next door to Alice. Yeah, the song. That's true. Alice is the lady next door. Yes, you all got your quotes. I got it. I'm just glad that Unindit was here to remind me to set stop losses. Let's look at DAG. DAG, bro. DAG. Okay, well, that was nice. And it hit its target twice, right? Yeah, this descending line breakout, hit the top of the pattern, rejected. Like most dudes on the night of prom, rejected. I'm sure none of you guys, that doesn't describe any of you Chads, but it happens. Happens to some guys. Rejection on prom night. This looks like it hit its target. Now we have some bearish SFP type action, so a drop would not be surprising, but got some support here ish, right? And then it looks like we kind of got a little bit of a triangle here. So I would say don't do anything until you see which way that breaks. But at this point, I really would not want to trade this below 0.2. So you'd be looking for that, right? If this breaks down, I'd be looking for something in this area. Doesn't look bad. Looks like it's consolidating under resistance, but that's pretty clear rejection. So you just want to be careful. Also, like volume. Is anyone trading this? It's no volume. Oh, it's KuCoin, of course. Let me see. Anything else we can point out here? Had a little bit of an inverse head and shoulders. Kind of sweet. Shoulder, head, shoulder. But yeah, I can't touch this below here and even almost below here. But I would take a shot at it if it can clean break above 20 cents, like a real clear candle break on volume above that. BTC. I mean, this line has become utterly irrelevant. Thank you for playing. Where's that line going back to? Jeez. Okay, let's get rid of some of these lines. These are old lines. There, it's their time. Down here, it's our time. Our lines. It's time for new lines. Anyone know that movie? Down here, it's our time. Anyone? Anyone? I'll give you a hint. Slow chunk. Anyone? Sloth love chunk. The Fratellis. Anyone? Anyone? Bueller. Yeah. Boonies. Goonies. The Fratellis. I was scared of the Fratellis as a kid. I'm not going to lie. That lady, man. Throw mama from the train. Woo, she's scary. Okay, so this looks bottomed out. I'm not calling a bottom, but I'm saying bottomy. Let me see. Something like that. I say this looks bottomed out because you have this bounce here with slight wick below. So you kind of have a bullish SFP here, meaning that you found some liquidity there, right? Volume not huge, but this is really strong support right now. And the reason I say it looks bottomed out or that could be a good trade is because you can easily let it go. I want to talk about stop losses. Somebody asked me to talk about stop losses, right? Now that you've got this here, like you can put a stop like here if you want to be really conservative to avoid a wick, maybe a little lower, you know, and take like a very, very small loss if it breaks down, right? And even if it breaks down, you could probably exit here on a bounce if you didn't have a stop, which you should. But at the end of the day, you want to be about breaking this line. So I'd be looking for, you know, something like this as an entry personally. If you didn't grab it here, but like price is only a couple percent, 1% something, I don't know, above there. So like, I'm not so hype on Bitcoin pairs right now. This looks pretty good, right? Now some will say, look, it's got a double bottom. And then I'll be forced to explain to you that no, it does not. How do you define a double bottom? Double bottom is two equal bottoms or within like 1 or 2% of each other that is confirmed on a break of the swing high. See this between them, the neckline, the swing high between them. So it's not a double bottom unless it breaks this. So if you're playing a double bottom, you'd want to see that. This would be your entry, right? And if it was a double bottom, this is for educational purposes, people. This is not a double bottom yet. So this is how you would play it. Depth of the pattern, your target would be up here. Okay. Not a double bottom yet though. But that was kind of a little bike, which was cool. Not going to draw it again. I would wait for a break of this blue line to confirm that it's heading up. But if you're a knife catcher, this area is pretty good because high risk reward, right? Say it comes back down, you know, even if you entered right here, I wouldn't. But like, say you entered here or whatever. Maybe put your stop down here. Let's say your target is just the neckline, although I think it would be higher. That's a 3.7 risk reward. If you're playing the neckline, you're getting, and it goes through, you got a 7.6 or so. But just playing like in this sort of range right now, from the range lows to the highs, and you could tighten your stop up a little, honestly. You get about a 4 risk to reward. Pretty good. And if you stop out, you take a small loss. E-Gold, Elrond, how I love you. You're my favorite. Love you. Yeah, I love this coin. I love Benjamin. You guys all know it. I've never hidden it. I've had him on my podcast, had him on a live stream. I love these guys. Love them. I use my R. I'm an active user. I'm a fanboy. I'm holding a bunch of this. Yeah. And I'm super pissed I didn't load up at $53. I just wasn't paying attention, but I did buy more kind of down the 60s range-ish. We did have this breakout and retest. That's nice. And now I would say, I don't know. I don't like that line. If this was here. Nah, I like this. This doesn't matter anymore. Okay, let's draw some new fresh lines. Fresh. Fresh lines. Sure. Why not? Right? And then assuming we can bust through it, we start talking about areas like up here and whatever here. You know, you can just draw a lot of lines and play the levels. Right now we're dead ass between two of them though, so I wouldn't be too excited. But this was nice volume. It's been a couple nice buying volume candles coming in of late. I don't see an entry at this second. I love it, but I don't see an entry. I'd much rather be in down here in the 60s or even above, like here. Right now, you're kind of in no man's land. Let's do something even more better. Right, that's kind of your big line. Some would say maybe something like that. Yeah, I don't, this is kind of just floating here, double wicks, sort of a Darth Maul vibe. I don't know right now what to do with this at this exact moment, but I do like it long term. I can say that very convincingly. At least you guys all knew good. Yeah, hit the like button. I never tell you guys, smash, hit. Big fan of stop loss. Listen, you don't necessarily need a stop loss on an investment, but if you're trading, stop loss, bro. Stop loss, bro. You need to use them. You never analyze KSM. That's because nobody who's a subscriber to the newsletter asked me to in advance. Yeah. Still have the VHS of Goonies. You, my friend, are a Chad. What the fuck is happening with the DXY? That's actually worth looking at. I'll look at that really quick. Although I think I mentioned it in my newsletter today, but that DXY is a dollar index. To me, you got kind of competing views, right? Do this really fast. And I'm not taking requests in general, but the dollar matters to every other asset. Big, massive ascending channel since the Great Recession broke down, right? This was March 2020. If you were following me in newsletter, I said, we're done, right? You would have a double bottom here if it breaks above here, but that is not to be for the moment. So monthly looks bad. You would expect over a very long time to come down to these lows. Daily, a little better. Had this descending channel breakout. So that should have been some temporary bullishness, which we've had. Again, here would be the double bottom. This with a break of this. But now we have this ascending wedge, which I pointed out a few times, breaking down and retesting as resistance. So I would think at least temporarily we see a drop down to around this area. That's my quick dollar. That when the dollar goes down, everything else tends to go up. Ooh, Bitcoin bouncing a little bit. Not enough to get that hidden bullish divergence though. All right, Hero. Everyone knows I'm a huge Hero fan. Very close friends with the team, with Dan, the CEO. My wife, Emmy, does some of their marketing. So just like to throw those things out there when people request things and say, hey, I might be biased. But I'm never biased when I look at the chart. So you don't got to worry about that. So listen, this is a savage sell-off, right? I mean, daily, there's like 3 green days in this entire thing. Bad. My bias is not doing too good, huh? If I was. But I would say that this broke out on volume and a sizable candle after a bullish SFP at support. So I dig that. A lot of these candles, because of the movement today, are showing kind of potential shooting stars. So that's a bit disconcerting, but it hasn't closed yet and would matter what tomorrow's candle looks like. I do like this breakout here, though. Yesterday on slightly increasing volume, not huge, but nice big candle spread engulfed all of this. And so like if you were going to draw support and resistance locally, you would probably see this as a flip right now, right? So if it holds this, then I think we're going back up. And we should be based on this breakout. So let's look and see, let's watch and see for whoever's requesting if it holds, 51 cents here, then we can hope that it heads up. If not, I would bid again down in this 46 area. If it loses that, look out below, right? 42 cents and then all the way down here, 35 cents. So cautiously optimistic. There's a stonk. It's called IVR. Don't know what that means. Invesco Mortgage Capital. This was the great drop in March 20, right? It's a monthly chart, and it's done very little since. It had the reactionary bounce, but holy crap, man, the whole market's recovered, and this thing dropped from $18 and is still sitting at $345. Doesn't seem good. Seems bad. Seems bad. I mean, this looks like bearish consolidation, right? The odds it drops from here, I don't know. But this looks like kind of bear flaggy. Kind of hard with these wicks. This is a savage monthly candle right here. So let me try. Let's go with the weekly. See if we can get a little more information. Occasion. So, I mean, this looks like it's kind of, I don't know. Draw it here. I don't know. I would say that your key resistance at the moment is here. That's very clear. So if you're above 460, you can start to have hope. A little hope for the kids. I mean, there's not even any levels to draw here because this is the lowest. Once it broke 970, that was the lowest it had ever traded. This is savage. I mean, this thing started trading at $19 in July 2009. When you adjust for inflation, this is worth negative $473 a share. That's not true. That's not actual math. Sorry. I mean, this is just a weird chart, man. It's weird, dude. Weird, dude. Down here, it's our time. I mean, I'd say something like this, right? So you're ranging between these. Maybe if you get above that 50 MA again here in the weekly and break above, I would be looking for this. The only way I would be convinced that this has a chance to go up is breaking here. Then I'd be targeting this before you have a huge vacuum up to the higher levels. Not spectacular. I mean, not spectacular. Link BTC with the, this doesn't matter anymore. This certainly doesn't matter anymore. I don't know if I drew that on the 4 hour. What was I doing? I think that I drew this box just showing this whole area of support, and it has bounced from there, but it's also meeting a ton of resistance here at 0.0005. Ton of resistance, right? This is this low, ton of resistance. You got to get above that, close candles, and then you're probably talking about a move up to, you know, a 20% move. Up to the 60 centsies. 60 centsies? It's not cents. These are sats. Sats. The 0.0006 satsies. But yeah, you got a line there. I mean, this doesn't look great, but it does look like it could be bottoming out. Again, these are all catching falling knives, but these are all at support. These are at support, you know? No, I don't like that. I mean, I don't see why you'd buy this now. If you bought it here, I could see like taking a shot at it. Clearly support. Otherwise, you're going down to like 37.0037. But you're looking for a close above this as the first sign that you're likely to go up. But not, doesn't look good. Bitcoin pairs don't look great. Link ETH. What a ass beating Ethereum has been giving to Link. I didn't know that there was even a Link pair in existence. You guys request it, you get it. But it is at support once again. Not the worst thing. I'd wait for a break of this line. You're below the 50, you're below the 200 here. That's just showing up. This is a weekly chart. Below the 200 weekly, below the 50 on the daily, getting rejected here. Yeah, I mean, looking at this weekly chart, this is where you want to buy it, potentially. But I would say a break of this. You're going to find resistance here. Probably. Here. Probably. Here-ish. Maybe here-ish. Something like that. Something up here. Yeah. Doesn't look great, but it's at support. Use your judgment. Coming back over to the what's up, Scott? What do you make of the article released by BlockFi about Litecoin supply shock? Are you buying any? I did not see anything about that, but we are now on Litecoin Grayscale Trust, and holy God, look at that sell-off. I do not know what is going on with this. I've never charted it. I've never really taken it seriously, but my God, that looks bad. This is the Litecoin Trust for Grayscale. Trust seems like a misnomer. mistrust. In the words of Public Enemy, can't trust it. This just looks bad. I don't know who asked me to chart this, but I mean, this is absolutely savage. No end in sight, no wicks, pure high volume sell off. I'm sure this has something to do with a coin release or discount. I just haven't looked into it. But it looks bad. I mean, that looks bad. Sure, I'm assuming they unlocked. Public Enemy, this dude's over 100 years old. I'm over 40 years old, and Public Enemy is amazing. Yeah, boy. If you don't know about Public Enemy, that's not an indictment of my age. That's an indictment of your taste. I can't touch this. How could you touch this? Terrible. Matic Bitcoin. I mean, Public Enemy changed your life. I think I owned the web domain Nation of Millions, actually, for a very long time because of Public Enemy. Because it takes Nation of Millions. Serious Thunder. Did you guys hear that? Can you guys hear that through my mic? This, what am I eating? Well, I was eating ice at that moment, but this was coffee on ice. It's coffee on ice. Okay, Dad, go back to your room, Gooby. Gubby, go back to your room, Gooby. Yeah, I mean, come on. If you guys don't know about Public Enemy, base, how low can you go? Once again, back gets the incredible rhyme animal, the unanimal bee. Do you remember that the Flavor Flav song, 911 is a joke? Get up, get down. 911 is a joke in your town. Get up, get down. Late 911, where's the late crown? Ow. People don't realize Flavor Flav was actually awesome. Matic Bitcoin. So I guess you could say this broke out. I don't know, man. I love Matic. Got a big position, but I don't see anything compelling here on the Bitcoin pair. I just don't. Say maybe you get above that. You can target up here. It's not a very big move. This should all be resistance, right? All resistance. I don't know. Matic has been amazing. I don't see a trade here, but I can tell you that this to me is one of my few absolute long-term holds based on fundamentals. Fundamentals. Fun or not that fun. Yeah, I think you'll find resistance here. Get up, get down. 911 is a joke in your town. Get up, get. I call 911. Yeah, so good. So good. So good. Milker, milk. Matic. Guys, these Bitcoin pairs just don't look good. Can't make them look good. They're fine, but not good. Matic, USDT. We had this the other day, and I said, watch out, coming into resistance. So look, maybe if that breaks above here, we got something to talk about. How about love? Let's give them something to talk about. Little mystery to figure out. Let's give them something to talk about. How about love? Love. Verklempt. I wouldn't touch this unless it breaks this line. That's it. If you didn't get it here, you got to chill, wait till it breaks this line, and those are all the key levels. Pretty straightforward. Let's give them something to talk about. So that ascending triangle played out nicely, but now we can delete it because not relevant. How about love? Nice level there. Nice level here. I don't know. These are kind of janky up here. And the real story. Yeah. That seems to be the spot right there. You got to watch. Got to break this line. Nexo BTC. Not mad at it, but you're buying into resistance if you buy now. Wait till it breaks. Wait, so brace. Okay. Come back to the comments over 3. We got someone quoting MC Hammer over here. That's cool. I like MC Hammer, but not Public Enemy. Hey guys, if you keep asking me about questions over here, I'm not going to answer them, except for I'm not going to chart things for you. But Guillermo has a great question. Do you know the theme for Soul Glow? Of course. I did a whole mixtape with a Coming to America theme. And the mixtape starts with, just let your soul glow, leave it all so silky smooth, just let it shine through, just let your soul glow. Soul Glow. So yes, I do know the Soul Glow theme song. Nexo USDT. Let's take a look. If you have not watched Coming to America, then we probably will not be friends. One of the greatest movies of all time, bar none. Absolutely amazing. I saw the second one. It was funny, but like, you know, it's not as good as the first one. This looks pretty good. Once again, into resistance. So on Nexo USDT, you're looking for this or this, right? So I would say that if you didn't buy here, which was a good buy on the break and retest, see, broke it, retested it. That's your entry right there. See that? You put your stops down here below this line. And then now you've hit your first target, which is this resistance right here. So now you gotta wait until it flips it. But that looks pretty good. Yet again, at resistance, but looking pretty good on the USDT pair, which could be good for Bitcoin. Come back to the chat right quick. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, the remake wasn't all that. It was pretty funny though. I mean, Soul Glow, man. Talking about my whole life right now. Neo. It's pronounced Neo. I say Neo. Neo, because they don't spell it like the Matrix. I mean, that's very clear resistance, right? When Morpheus. Let's see what the weekly looks like. We were trading this down here, as you can see. This was a newsletter special in like the $5 region. I think it was here. This flip was the first trade I shared, if I'm recalling correctly. Might not be. No, this kind of actually looks sort of, hold up. Hold up. We them boys. Hold up. I mean, it's not perfect. Didn't quite touch. But yeah, that's the idea of kind of a bull flag here. And it's retesting the EQ right there. I think this looks good. If it breaks above that, it is party time. But this will make, if this breaks, this should be a massive move with a flagpole this big. This looks like bullish consolidation after a move up. Good. Perp USDT. Do you know the Soul Glow theme? I'm in my 40s. Of course I know the Soul Glow theme. Coming to America, man. What a movie. Queens. McDowell's. Lisa McDowell. Oh, what did I do? Special sauce lettuce. 2 fun facts about Coming to America. It's the debut of 2 very, very famous actors. Can anybody say, beyond the ones who were famous in the movie, there's 2 cameos from guys who became very famous in the future? I'll let you guys guess. Golden Child's an amazing movie. I want the knife. That's the Golden Child, not Wesley Snipes. He's in the second one. While you guys are guessing, who composed the YouTube channel music? It's me. I composed it. I made it. I made that shot. Samuel Jackson, that's correct. He's one of them. Samuel Jackson is one. He's the guy who robs the McDowell's restaurant. And Cuba Gooding Jr. is the other one. He's in the barber chair when he's cutting his hair and not touching it. Those are the 2. Correct. Arsenio Hall was already famous. Eddie Murphy was already famous. Guys, they don't count. Do not ask me about music stuff. It's like giving food to a gremlin after midnight. First of all, you don't give food to a gremlin after midnight. That's incorrect. You give food to a mogwai after midnight and it becomes a gremlin. So you are wrong. As for, do you remember the Fushnikins? They were one of my favorite. They had Shaq Fu. I did an entire talent show to Losh Move. We ain't got nothing to prove. Losh Move. We ain't got nothing to prove. It's the Riva, Dirty. Heavens mercy, baby, sign, no, Dios, muchacho, don't me vu. I'm bugging my food stick shoe. Mr. Chip Foos about to wreck shop with the judo chop. You guys know about my Chip Foo. I know every word of Losh Move. Don't mess with me. Ring the Alarm was kind of the best Losh Fushnikin song, though. Yeah, I know all about that. Guys, do not test me. Really, just don't bother. Don't bother testing me about 90s rap. Leave it to Viva Riva. Dirty. Have it mark the bip side. No, it's just muchacho. Don't me vu. I'm bugging my food next to Mr. Chip Foos about to wreck shop with the judo chop. Crazy story, true story. A friend of mine was at an event in the Hamptons, and he goes to valet his car not so long ago, about 5 years ago. And the valet comes up to the car and he's like, man, you look familiar. And it was that guy, Chip Fu from Fushnikins, was the valet. Sad. Because Fushnikins was amazing. But yeah, he was the valet. He was valeting cars in the Hamptons. That shows you, man, didn't make that much money probably as a 90s rapper in a group that had like one hit in a brief career. Perp, is that what we were doing? I think it's fine. You want to get above 1143. That's a very, very strong resistance. You don't want to buy into that. So maybe you get a bounce off of this, right? This is kind of an ascending triangle. So if you can get a drop down here and a bounce off and take it up, that would be sweet. Think about feeding a gremlin after midnight. Gremlins are trying to eat you. You can't feed the gremlin after midnight. It's a mogwai. Mogwai. Anyone remember the name of the mogwai in Gremlins? Goonies and Gremlins were the big G movies of like movies that started with G that everyone remembers from the 80s. But does anyone remember Ghoulies? One of them came up out of the toilet and ate this lady or guy. I can't remember. It was crazy. Ghoulies. You go back and watch these horror movies from that era and they're so corny. They were so scary when we were kids, but they're so corny now. So corny. Like in Poltergeist, when that tree tries to like come in and grab the person in their room, like that tree is fake, bro. Really fake. So this Ray USD kind of looks like it's breaking out here. I just don't like the volume. It's a slight spike. Goonies, Gremlins, Ghoulies. Did anybody see Ghoulies? Anyone? Yes, somebody got it. I saw Gizmo. Yes, Gizmo is the name of the mogwai. Yes, I saw Critters. Leprechaun was super corny. Blob was scary. Yeah, Blob was scary. I would say, I don't know here, to be honest, but I think you're kind of at resistance horizontally. Well, maybe that's all right. This is a tough one. Kind of a tough one. I would say this looks pretty good here, actually. You probably get resistance here, up here, here, but this is flipping a level back to support while breaking out of this. Ray USD looks pretty good here. Like if you're conservative and you take a position right now, since you're asking about stop losses, I would put my stop comfortably below this low. Get a wick down and whatever. But also like you could tighten up a stop in anywhere below this blue line, but you might get wicked out. We'll have some fun with fibs. Show me your fibs. What the thing? I did it. You know, use these as targets. Look at that. Right at the 23.6, exactly at that line. Fibs are amazing. Use fibs. Use your fibs. Cool. Write it down. Take a picture. I don't give a fuck. Smokey. I want $100,000, but I'll settle out of court right now. Dollar in some envelopes. Use L. I steal, but I don't kill. You guys know that movie, right? Smokey. One of the greatest movies of all time. Zeus Tiny Lister died not that long ago, which is sad. He was Debo in Friday. All this 90s movie talk, go watch Pulp Fiction. You should always watch Pulp Fiction. You should always watch Pulp Fiction all the time. My favorite movie when I was a kidling, for sure. Told y'all, I've done it before. The Path of the Righteous Man, that whole thing. I like stood up in front of like the Florida House of Congress and Senate, and when I was supposed to be serious, I recited the entire Pulp Fiction speech. The path of the righteous man is beset on all sides by the inequities of the selfish and the tyranny of evil men. I don't know what ROSN, Rosion Finance Tether. And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger. I would buy maybe a bounce off of this support, but honestly, I think this will probably come after this. We'll probably come back down to this mid-range. I don't know what this coin is. Rosion. Sounds like a skincare product. And you can even draw this back to here. There's a lot of wicks up. Literally every candle besides this one has a wick up. I don't like that. I would buy it either on this, but probably not here. But really, I want to buy this because then you have this huge gap in price action and you should be able to target all the way up here. That's my ROSN opinion. Sand, about to do a golden cross for those who care, but we all know that's because of this. But it is right sport. Sandy vagina. Right in here, I would say. Strong support. I bet this has bearish divergence. I'd almost bet on it when you see that. Boy, yeah, I wouldn't touch this. I would let it drop down. Maybe give a hidden bull div. You've been extremely overbought 3 times, all with bear divs. I don't know. Anything can happen, but I don't like it. That's pretty significant bearish divergence. I think maybe start looking at lower supports for a buy. If you're looking for like a macro support, maybe you just pull something like this, give you something actionable, comes down here, bounces off that. Then you kind of have a massive, almost ascending triangle if that had gotten there. But I don't like that. Maybe it rages. So listen, either it drops or you wait until it's above this line to buy it. That's how I would approach it. Sushi's doing nothing. We've been here before. Even with Bitcoin kind of doing well, it's kind of doing nothing. Right? It's just ranging. Just ranging. I like sushi as a food and a project. So you're in the top half of the range. That's good. Maybe if it comes down to the mid range, like 760. But at the end of the day, if you want confirmation, you're trading sushi up here. So you don't want to buy it until $9-10 up there. Then you can talk about a target at $22. That's it. Really easy. T-Fuel. For discerning men in their 40s who've lost their mojo. Grab some T-Fuel, get ripped abs, and please your wife. I know dudes who take things like T-Fuel and they rave about it. Luckily, I was born with exceptionally high T levels and will carry those through into my 90s. Natural, high T. If you have low T, they should call it iced tea, shouldn't they? Iced tea. Doesn't T, but I mean, seriously, doesn't T-Fuel sound like a testosterone enhancer? You guys keep telling me that Bitcoin's pumping hard. I mean, it's all right. It's all right. But listen, I showed this earlier. All that bearish divergence, whatever, like this is the channel it's been in forever. We saw it here. And this is a perfect retest. So maybe we moon from here. Be sweet. I'd love to see those bear divs invalidated. Be fun. T-Fuel. For the man who used to have it all, but now has none of it because He can't get it up because of his T. I mean, I guess low testosterone and erectile dysfunction are not the same thing. Then you would get Viagra. It just means you're like not motivated. Imagine that. That would suck. I don't see anything here. I see a coin that's floating in between levels all over the damn place. I don't see anything, but I do see this big ass kind of triangle. So maybe you wait till that resolves. And then you think about T-fuel. It's a nice candle, but that does not give us the hidden bullish divergence. I kind of wanted it to drop down and close down here. But this is a nice candle. I would love to see this just push. What if it pushes above 85 RSI? That would be flippin' epic. Flippin' epic. Yeah, my 40K all day script just keeps, Twitter script, it just keeps firing. It's like 40K all day, not 40K. 40K all day. 40K. Not pumping, just that's refusing to go down. Sure. Why when Bitcoin goes up, Wi-Fi comes down? I mean, all alts are not doing great in the face of Bitcoin's movement. Hey, you guys. Wake up. What do you mean wake up? Bro, I'm awake. Yeah, like, listen, I like how Bitcoin is pamping above 40K and Scott's talking about sushi so calmly. Guys, I'm a very, like, positive human being. I'm pretty much, like, unruffled emotionally, but, like, I do not care about markets. And price is up $400, down $400. Who cares, man? Who cares? Like, I'm buying Bitcoin because it'll be $1 million. I don't really give a shit if it's 35 or 40. Makes literally no difference to me. Many of us can't see your chart. Why can't you see the chart? Okay, I'll try to speak the levels more, but hopefully you'll be able to see the chart. What's up, Argentina? Hola. Daily RSI just went overbought for the first time since February 8th. Is it now overbought? Let's see. Let us see. Yep, but it hasn't closed there yet. And I said it'll make that trip. We had bearish, bullish divergence all over the damn place here. Made that trip. We had bullish divergence here, right? Made the trip from overbought to oversold, but sadly, eventually it'll go back to overbought. But that can take literally many months, to oversold, many months to resolve. But yeah, let's look at it on the line chart. What the hell is that? Dude, there's like a flashing satellite on my chart. Never seen that before. What are you? Do you guys see that? Have you ever seen that? Have you ever seen that? Michael Saylor has the most T-fuel. He's a natural walking T-fuel. You could probably like run IV into Michael Saylor into yourself. Dude, this is like a homing beacon for amazing. What is happening? What is happening? It's so cool. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. 12-hour potential bearish divergence. 6 hours confirmed it. But see, look, 6 hour has hidden bullish divergence already if this goes up, which I think would be stronger than this 4 hour. I don't know. Doesn't look too bad. Doesn't look too bad. Daily overbought, but like daily can go overbought banana style. Look at the bear divs on the daily. Bear div, bear div, bear div, all the way down from overbought, and price still continued up. Once you get up to these levels, the RSI divergences can take a long time to play out. Wu-Tang or Mobb Deep? Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang. Love them both, but Wu-Tang for sure. You saw Martin Shkreli's one of a kind Wu-Tang album was sold, and I tweeted this. The lawyer who was working for the marshal or whatever that had to take possession of the album, he was like, I'm a huge Wu-Tang fan, and I had to make sure that it was real, so I listened to the album that nobody's ever listened to. My God, how cool to be a lawyer and get your hands on that album, the one-off album. And how crappy for Martin Shkreli. Flashing dot online chart is new as of today. Michael, you're Johnny on the spot with the info. I love it. I love it. Look at that. Look at it. I'm mesmerized by that. I find that mesmerizing. It's cool. It looks good. It looks good. Femex, does Femex offer yield? Yes, they have a yield account, but it's a separate account. So like whereas on Voyager, which I love, like whatever you're holding, you turn on the interest and you gain interest and you can trade with it and go in and out. Femex has a separate yield product where you park the money there, but it's not the money that you're trading with. Not the money that you're trading with. But yes, they do have it. Greetings from India. I think the best strategy for Bitcoin is to buy and hold. Absolutely no question. That is true. Buy the dips, dollar cost average, wait 10 years. The best strategy with any asset is patience. That's it. Do you think there will be an immediate reaction? We'll see a big immediate reaction from ETH on EIP 1559. No, I think it's kind of priced in. I mean, everybody knows it's coming, and the deflationary aspect of it will take months. So yeah, you like Voyager over Celsius? I like Voyager over Celsius for me because that's where I buy my Bitcoin. I like trading on there, so it's kind of got a bit of both. Yeah. Yeah, but bro, I was on the beach and at a lake for all of last week, and I'm going on vacation again next week to another beach. I'm done with being at home. Do you still take sizable profits during peaks? Yes, but not from Bitcoin. I have investment accounts and trading accounts. I haven't been trading Bitcoin, so I don't have Bitcoin in a trading account. But like that alt run that happened until like May, I was selling like crazy. Last time I sold Bitcoin was at 40K on the way up. It was like 2.5% of my position. People went nuts. They were not happy about it. And now I've bought higher and lower. So screw me, right? Just trying to read your last comments here. Did Powell just say this? Is Powell on now? Inflation could turn out to be higher, more persistent than expected. Expected by who? Anyone with a half a mind knows that we expect inflation to be higher. Thoughts on ETH? Love it. Watch my video that I made today. It's on my channel. I talk about why I think, once again, ETH will outperform Bitcoin. Going to 50K, then crash to 20K? I don't know, bro. You're way ahead of me on some other shit. That's some like ayahuasca level analysis right there. Because I have no idea what's going to happen. I just know that if you wait a really long time, the price should be higher. That's what I got for you. Oh, it's time. Do I like Eminem? I mean, mom's spaghetti, right? I like Eminem. I like Eminem. Yeah, Eminem's cool. Mom's spaghetti. That's all I think of. You hear Mom Lose Yourself is like, has to be the official song of every CrossFit gym in the world. You walk into any CrossFit gym anywhere in the world, it's like, you better lose yourself in the music the moment you own it. You better never let it go, right? I mean, you just got to lift weights when you hear that song. But on that note, pretty much done, guys. I think we did it. And it's done. You know, mom's spaghetti. Spaghetti hands, mom's spaghetti. You guys, I mean, it's really been real, you know, and I get really emotional when we leave. You know, makes me kind of want to cry, but in reality, sometimes you just got to pull the plug. So peace.